Alright, today we are having a look at this £70 phone from Ulefone. Now, over the last couple of weeks or so, I have been buying a few budget phones here and there between the £50 and £80 price mark, trying to find a decent, usable budget smartphone, and I think I might have finally found one. So the first thing I was very impressed with by this phone is the screen. The screen on this thing is very impressive, especially the fact that it has a notch cut out on the top of the phone, which is something I have never seen in a budget phone before. Usually they just stick with the bezel design, because apparently cutting into the screen with a notch like that costs, more. The screen ain't no Samsung level screen, but it is a pretty darn impressive screen for the price of the phone. The screen gets nice and displays nice vibrant colors and is all around just an awesome screen. If I had got this screen on a £200 phone, I would have been more than happy, but to get it on a £70 phone is just crazy. The good news doesn't stop there though, because the cameras on this phone are also pretty impressive. It is a bit misleading though, because in the advert and on the box and all that, there is they advertised their 3 rear-facing cameras. However, only one of them is actually real. I don't know why fake phones feel the need to put on all these cameras and then say they're real. Fair enough putting the cameras on to make it look cooler and like it's a more expensive phone, but don't go and say they're real, because there will be people who buy this expecting those cameras to be real. So yeah. If the phone's under $100, it probably only has one working camera, but the camera that does work on this is great. It takes nice looking photos and video in good lighting. In bad lighting, like all budget phones, the software on the phone is not great at lighting things up and whatnot, so you kind of have to be in a good lit scenario to get some nice photographs, but that's not the end of the world. The front-facing camera is also pretty good, taking some pretty decent selfies and video calls. So yeah, around the cameras on this phone aren't incredible. You wouldn't want to be filming any wedding videos on this or anything, but great for just casual filming the kids playing at the park. Oh, right. Great for just filming some family moments. And definitely very impressive for the price. So let's get on to the specs and the operating system. So this thing is running on Android because of course it is. What doesn't run on Android? I couldn't find out what version of Android. It doesn't say in the settings or on the listing, so I wasn't able to find that out. I'm sure if I dug around I could probably find it, but I wasn't too bothered. All I can say about the version of Android on this is it's pretty similar to most Android phones, and it runs pretty smoothly. Flicking through pages is fine. On Chrome, there's no jitter or lag or anything. If you have a lot of apps open, then it starts to get, if you have 2 or 3 apps open, it starts to get a little bit laggy, which is fair enough. It's a £70 phone, so YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all those basic social media kind of and content consuming apps work fine. Games, not so much. I did download Angry Birds, as I always do, to test these phones, and it was playable but incredibly laggy. So this thing is not up for playing games, which is perfectly reasonable. All round, this is a great budget phone. You can call people, you can text people, you can video call people, you can take photos, videos, watch YouTube, Netflix, yada yada, all the basic phone things, and only get slight lag from time to time when using these basic applications. So realistically, if you don't care about playing any games on the side of your average phone use, then this thing is absolutely great, and would be the first budget phone that I reviewed that I would actually recommend getting. Most times if I review like a 50, 60, £70 phone, I'd say it's all the right, but spend an extra 50, 60 quid and get a better phone. This guy is in its own league. It's a great phone for the price, and I personally don't know of it. And I personally don't know of any phones in the similar price bracket that are better than this. So yeah, link for this phone is in the description if you want to go pick one up for yourself. Oh, and there's a headphone jack. See ya.